from Arizona. One of the other topics that had been bandied about during the day was that Sheriff Joe Arpaio, the very divisive, racist, and I would say overbearing former sheriff of Maricopa County, there where Houston sits. The question is whether or not he's going to be pardoned after having been indicted. They said that the president will not address this, so of course the president, being the president, did this.
Was Sheriff Joe convicted for doing his job? That's what. He should have had a jury, but you know what? I'll make a prediction. I think he's going to be just fine, okay? But I won't do it tonight because I don't want to cause any controversy. Is that okay? All right? But Sheriff Joe can feel good.
Far be it from him to pointing, starting controversy. Sheriff Joe can feel good.
Okay, so a couple of things about this. First, Young Turks did a story about this yesterday, and Andrew Jones pointed out that in order to get a pardon, you have to go through a great number of steps, including saying you did do it and being contrite about it. Sheriff Joe's appealing the conviction right now. He doesn't admit responsibility at all. You have to serve 5 years in prison. He hasn't gone to prison. He doesn't even face 5 years. He faces a maximum of 6 months. It says you can't do this pardon in any way, shape, or form. But Trump doesn't know that.
And that's likely why they're not why he didn't do it last time. He's going to be fine. So what's he's going to lean on some prosecutor? I also said that he was indicted, but he was in fact, of course, convicted. And that's all they wanted to hear. They don't need the facts. They don't need to hear that.
And the press isn't. They're buying into it. If there's one thing Donald Trump does know, it's the press. And so it was an entire story yesterday for hours on CNN. Will he or will he not pardon Joe Arpaio? God forbid somebody actually use their fact checkers to figure this out.
You're a news organization. You are the fact checkers. Find out how you do a pardon, or just watch our video from yesterday. So the other thing about this is that the advisors have the most brutal job, and I have no sympathy for them because they work for Donald Trump. But whatever they tell him, they're like, okay, now, man-child president, we're going to tell you can't pardon Joe Arpaio in the speech tonight. So don't bring it up. Okay, I'm going to go. Sarah Huckabee Sanders says, I'm going to go tell the press you're not bringing it up tonight. Okay, yep, okay, got you, Sarah. Okay, I got it. They tell me I can't mention it, but I'm a man-child, so I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Saying that you're not allowed to talk about it and talking about it is talking about it.
Yeah.
See, I think he does it intentionally. I think really, I think all of them are in on it. It's a messaging ploy, like get them excited, get it in the press, distract away from the criticisms about the Afghanistan speech, distract away from whatever thing he did 20 minutes before, and now he can talk about it in his speech and say, but I'm not gonna do it now, get a big applause line. I'll come back later for it, maybe, or.
Yeah, no, I agree with you that Trump's doing it on purpose. Partly because they told him he can, and he is a man-child, but partly because it does work. People love that, he's a rebel, right? But I don't think his advisors are in on the ploy. Because
I think Roger Stone is.
Yeah, some are, yes. Yeah. But most of the advisors, if you believe the leaks, are like, oh, for Christ's sake. Like, what did we just tell you?
Yeah.
You can sense of what the advisors think of him when he was on the Truman balcony looking at the solar eclipse without the glasses.
Yeah.
They're like, don't look! You only say that if you think the guy's an idiot. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to tell Obama that. You don't have to tell, I imagine even Reagan, right? Like they know, like they're on pins and needles. He's gonna do something stupid. Oh, I knew it, don't look! If you like this video, you probably like independent media. The best way to support independent media, become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.